Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tekkit Lite Crash Course. I was away for a little while. A couple things happened in my life, and during that time, I got to thinking, this is probably a bad idea. A, it's hideous. B, it's expensive. C, I have monsters spawning inside. So I kind of want to get rid of it. I've also rethought how I want to do things. I don't want to make the combination pneumatic 2-barrel system that I have in the basement. I might keep that for now, just to store more of the stuff that I quarry up. Which, by the way, I have been quarrying some things off of my outpost out in the new chunk, just so I can have some raw materials to work with, because I was waiting way too long for previous episodes. Speaking of the episodes, they may not be coming out as often. I think part of my issue was I was rushing to get them done. I wasn't really thinking through what I wanted to do. So it may become a once-a-week thing, may become a twice-a-week thing, may become a whenever I want to do it thing. We'll see. But I decided to take this opportunity to show you just how tough this stuff is. It'll sort of showcase why it's so expensive. It costs redstone, it costs dust. It's just a pain in the neck overall. And if we have time a little later on, we'll go over some things I've been doing behind the scenes to sort of get things moving along a little more quickly. But to that regard, I mean, this stuff, this construction foam, it's easy enough to break with a pick, or with anything that works as a pick, such as my little power glove here. But when you try to destroy it with anything else, say dynamite or TNT or anything like that, it doesn't work so well. I want to show you that. So, we're going to go up to the top here, where it's a little bit easier to access some of this stuff, and craft up a little TNT, and I'll show you, I should say, because there's only one of me, just how tough this is. Here I've got my incomplete scaffold. All this is going to be coming down too, obviously, and once the building starts being destroyed, this will not stand. So we're going up to the roof here. One thing I did off the air, while we're at it, I did add the plasma cannon to my multi-tool, which, fully charged, can kill creepers in one shot. It takes 2 shots for most skeletons and spiders and things, just because they're a bit tougher. But I mean, it's a great and inexpensive way to kill things without having to worry about building ammo. It's kind of nice. Now this can be set also to blow things up. In fact, I might go do that now while we're waiting for daylight to get rid of some of these creepers. I also added the shock absorbers to my boots. I don't know if I showed that in an episode, but yeah, that's why I didn't just die by jumping off that tall height. So, go to the power tool. In the power tool, like I said, I do have the plasma cannon, and there are a couple different settings here. Amperage controls the damage that it does. The higher it is, obviously, the more damage it does to enemies and other players. Voltage basically controls how much explosive damage it does. Right now, it's measured in creeper damage. So if a creeper blows up behind you, that's one creeper. So a lot of stone, not quite as much as TNT, things like that. If I amp this up, I can get up to half a creeper's worth of damage with this power tool. So we're going to leave that like that. I'm going to tinker that up to that level. I'm actually going to switch away from it so I don't actually accidentally blow anything up. Now with half a creeper's worth of power, I believe I can actually destroy leaves just by quickly right-clicking. I don't need to right-click and hold it, which you can do, by the way. So I'm going to head out to my demonstration field here, where I had my cannon before. If I hold it down, charge it up, let it go, it blows about half a tree away. That didn't work so well. Let go full charge. Okay, it's not quite as powerful as I'd thought. Well, let's try to get some dirt. So yeah, reasonable sized crater, not too terribly powerful. So we'll head back up to the top. In the meantime, I'll fire at this wall. This wall completely impervious to this thing. Whew. Okay, at the top. That is actually one of the reasons I want to get rid of this thing, because it's impractical. It would take forever to get to the top of the thing, even with a jetpack. Even one built into my suit. I mean, I told you can fly faster, but not that much faster. But as you can see, I mean, obviously this thing takes out scaffolds like they're nothing. So, yeah, half a creeper's worth. Not enough to destroy this. So, I'm going to grab a bit of stuff to make some TNT. Alright, so we've got some TNT. So, yeah, knock out a bit of the wall here. Drop this inside. Give it the best chance of working, you know? Take our flint and or steel and light it up. Nothing. Took chunks out of my floor. Did nothing to this wall. So, construction foam, TNT proof. Awesome. So, there is a new type of TNT in Tekkit Lite called industrial TNT. I haven't really used it much, so I don't even know how to make it. Look it up. TNT. Industrial TNT. I need flint and I need regular TNT. Give me 4 industrial TNT. We might actually try setting this up in a row, give it an even better chance of working and destroying this blasted wall. So, I'm going to make some of that. Be right back. Alright, so we got our flint, got our TNT, and now we have our 4 industrial TNT. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little redstone thingamabob. Do I have enough red alloy wire? I don't think I have any. Oh, here's some. Okay. So you need some red alloy wire. I'm just going to grab all of that. And I'm going to grab a lever so we can stand back. 1 lever. And once that comes through, go ahead and set this stuff up. See if we can make a hole in this wall. Alright, so knock some spaces out here. Actually, no, we're not going to do it all in a row. Going to give them a little space. Space them out a little bit. Industrial TNT. Just so this has a really good chance of working. Ooh, it's ITNT. Cute. Right, oh, missed one. Alright, so we're going to grab our red alloy wire, which you can't actually place on the ITNT. Curious. Alright, I wonder if it'll work from below. Give ourselves some distance. Like I said, I've never used this stuff. I don't know how dangerous it is. So we'll just pull this little lever here. Off they go. Skaboosh! And nothing. Industrial TNT. Does not work. I'm going to clean this up. Be right back. Alright, so there are a couple other explosives we can try. Among them are dynamite. We did play with that a little bit, I believe, with Balkan's Weapons mod, so that I need a bit of gunpowder and string. There's another type of dynamite. I'm not sure exactly what mod it's a part of, but yeah, 1 TNT, or 1 industrial TNT, my apologies, and 1 string. Get you that. And then we got some sticky dynamite, which is a bunch of this dynamite with sticky resin. That makes it sticky. I'm going to go straight to the sticky dynamite for this, just so we can see exactly what it does. So I'm going to whip up some dynamite here, and once again, I'll be right back. Alright, so we got a bit more ITNT. We got some string. We're going to make a bunch of dynamite here. Apparently only stacks to 16, which is probably a good thing, I'll be honest. Alright, so we got our sticky resin as well. Throw that in the middle here. If I could actually, place stuff without being an idiot. So we got sticky dynamite. We got regular dynamite. And I need that other dynamite. Need some more gunpowder. Just be a moment. Alright, so dynamite. Again, I believe this is from Balkan's Weapons mod. Let's toss it in the gap here. Nothing. Try it again. Took out my floor. Okay, so Balkan's dynamite does not work. Try some industrial craft dynamite. It has a much longer fuse. Took out more of my floor. It's actually tossing in a gap here. Oh, I can place it. That's kind of neat. But I'm not sure if it'll actually explode. Let's try hurling it. I don't actually know what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, so I gotta place it and then smack it. So place it and smack it here. Okay, so it takes a 3x3 chunk. Let's take 4 of these, arrange them like little candles in the window. Smack, smack. Okay, so they do work in a row, but still does not affect the wall. Alright, let's grab some of the sticky stuff here. Now, if I remember correctly, this should just stick directly to the wall. Yep. And do nothing. If I plant these here and throw some stickies at them. Nothing. So yeah, highly blast resistant. Now there's one more explosive that I know of. It is the nuke. I believe it's still available. But I'm not sure I really want to make one of these. A, it's expensive. B, it's very dangerous. I don't want to risk destroying my town. If you want to see what a nuke does, there are plenty of YouTube videos on the subject. Look for, I think it's, yeah, Industrial Craft Nuke. I ain't touching that. I might actually disable it on the server just so my my friends don't try to get sneaky. But what I'm going to do instead of all of that, random meat. I'm going to turn on my flight control and come over here. Now, as you can see, I have, in fact, broken some things. Mostly out of frustration, partly because I wanted to set things up. I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my thingamabobber again. My, I've already forgotten what it was called. Filler. Yes, I'm going to set up my filler to actually go ahead and destroy all of this. So next time it's just going to be a big empty spot. We're about a half an hour, so I'm going to call that an episode. I'm going to get all this stuff set up. And next time, I'll show you some of my, actually, no, we got a few minutes. I'm going to show you a handful of things. First, as you may recall, I was having some issues with power, specifically that I didn't have enough. So, what I did, I discovered these wonderful little things called magmatic engines. Right now, they're kind of busted. They've been overworked, pumping energy into nothing. So, of course, this pipe here exploded. That was going to that. It was connected to this little conversion system, which was converting Buildcraft power into industrial craft energy, which I set up down below. But anyway, yeah, they are overworked, so they're kind of off right now. But they're getting magma from a phased liquid pipe. Where's the late phased liquid pipe getting magma from? Well, let me show you. So here in the nether, I built a little shelter around my and my friend's nether portals. I kind of had to manually construct them both because one would bring me into the other, and the other would bring me out to the wrong house, which was kind of a pain because he doesn't have his protected or in an underground base or anything like that. As you can see, it's not quite perfect. I think someone was playing with a laser, shot some hole in the thing. That's neither here nor there. I wanted to use marble because marble's pretty and the nether is not. Another thing I added to my suit, I added some night vision, which I forget the hotkey for. There it is. Yeah, night vision. Basically, it just lets me see in the dark, which is always fun and interesting. Alright, my friends and my wife have all been building little platforms and things to get around the nether. These are just plain old marble bricks. Plain old, I say. Just marble doesn't even exist in regular Minecraft. So get rid of this guy. It's bothering me. There we go. He dead. Okay, moving along. Whoops. Okay, I think my My arm might be a little bit too powerful. Regardless, this is the source of the lava, and therefore the source of my power. Basically just set up a pump here in the nether. I put a dimensional anchor above it, and it's been absolutely wrecking the nether since then. Basically just, it takes a layer off as it goes. And yeah, it's it looks terrible, but no one likes the nether anyway, so yeah. That's where my lava comes from. Lava goes into magmatic engines. Magmatic engines, they overheat, but they do not explode like other Buildcraft engines may. So, we're going to head back out of the nether. Speaking of industrial craft power, I mean, I have that set up to feed energy into this whole system, which I did streamline this quite a bit. I was having some trouble before actually keeping my stuff powered, which would make recording take an awfully long time. So, streamlined it, made, I've got some backup generators, of course, but I haven't really had to use them, mercifully. So, I've got all of my bat boxes here, which eventually, once, I'll be creating a power center in my, my new industrial campus, once all that gets set up. And above here I do have some solar arrays, which are feeding power into this whole thing, which I've got 3 now instead of 1, which is a lot more power than I had before. So yeah, I'm probably going to be keeping this up, like I said, at least for now, just until I get some applied energistics storage and crafting set up. Oh, and I had this set up here to, instead of sending scaffolds into this and having to draw everything out and build with whatever I put in there, I made the emerald pipe here to only draw scaffolds out. I forget. Do I need the wrench for that? No. Forget how to get to it. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, okay, just right-click on it. You don't need the wrench. And yeah, I have it just draw out only scaffolds and send scaffolds to, well, this just was going to the builder. But since the filler's not there and no longer building, it's no longer needed. I'm going to take this down. Because, yeah, that was kind of a derptacular thing to do. Again, haven't made the best decisions, been kind of rushing things. Instead of the recycler, I'm just dumping stone and other useless things into a pit of lava. Not the best, a little wasteful, but, I mean, I've got tons of this stuff in here. Neither here nor there, no. After I take down this, I'm probably going to be keeping the massive hole. I can use this space for a few things. I'll probably make a grid of scaffolds and such, just for the sake of, well, being able to use this space effectively and not having to fly everywhere. But since I won't need the CF sprayer anymore, I can create a jetpack for my body armor until I start spraying things again, which everything's going to be on the ground. Like I said, it's going to be a campus instead of a massive, massive factory. But until then, yeah, that's an episode. I'm going to call it a night. So until next time, good night.